Okay, now let me ask you, can you define a sentence? What is a sentence?
A sentence is a group of words.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That has a verb.
That's a verb. Okay, you are partially somewhat correct, but when you see a sentence on a piece of paper, how do you know? How would you know that this is a sentence? If I write something here for you now, how would you know that this thing you've written is a sentence?
When it can stand on its own.
It can stand on its own. A clause can actually stand on its own. Okay, you are correct, but this is how you know. A sentence must begin with a capital letter and must end with either a full stop, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. Of course, this is how you know when you see a sentence written somewhere. It must begin with a capital letter and it must end with either a full stop, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. Remember, we did punctuation marks yesterday. Now, there are three main types of sentences. I'm just going to brush through this because the main task today is a summary of what we've been doing for the past 8 days. Okay, the first one is simple sentence. A simple sentence is a group of words that contains only one verb. It simply means it discusses only one idea. You have one or two subjects, but you have only one verb. For example, Ade went to the market. There is only one verb there, which is went. And if you look at this sentence, you just have one idea. You have one idea here. Are they going to the market? Okay, you have one idea here. Ngozi will be home by noon. Okay, so you have only one idea here. Get out of my house, you have just one idea. Okay, so a simple sentence contains only one verb. Just take note of that. It contains only one verb. If you look at these sentences, you just have one verb or just one main idea. Okay, so let's look at compound sentences. Here, you bring two simple sentences and you join them with a conjunction. Can you tell me what a conjunction is, Kev?
Like the conjunction is words that join sentences.
Perfect. So we are going to look for those words now that can actually join two sentences. Now, you've heard of fanboys. Do you remember that? Do you remember this, fanboy?
Yes,
yeah, so these two simple sentences are joined with the coordinating conjunction. They are joined. When you talk about compound, you are referring to coordinating conjunctions. And coordinating conjunctions are referred to as fanboys for short. For, and, no, but, or, yet, and so. For example, Ade went to the market and bought new shoes. Now, in compound sentences, you have two ideas. One, are they going to the market? Okay. Two, are they buying new shoes? So the two ideas here in a sentence, you joined them to form one using a conjunction or using the conjunction and. I went to Ngozi's house, but I was told she would be back by noon. The first idea, you going to Ngozi's house. The second one, the reply you got from the mom. Okay, so, and you joined these two sentences using but. I will come with you, or are you leaving soon? These are two ideas, coming with you and leaving. Okay, so just remember, compound sentences, you bring two simple sentences like these ones, and remember, a simple sentence contains only one verb. So if you're talking about compound sentences, you're talking about two verbs. How do you join those two sentences or those two ideas together? You use a a conjunction, a coordinating conjunction, which is front voice. The last one is complex sentences. Now, it's not as complex as you think anyway. Okay. Now, do you know what a clause is? Let me write in red. Do you know what a clause is? Hello, Kev.
What's up?
Do you know what a clause is? Now, do you know then what an independent clause is? Did you say yes or no? I didn't get that.
Say yes, sir.
Oh, good, good. Independent clauses. Those group of words, group of words that can actually stand alone. Okay. Now, for complex sentences, you have a sentence that can stand alone and another sentence that cannot stand alone. Okay. You have a sentence. I'll be home. Let me look for one. I'll be home for Christmas. No, let me look for. Today. I'll take the book to the library. I'm looking for okay, I'll take the book to the library. Let's look at this. Now, I will take the book to the library here, can stand on its own. But if you say, but who will show me the way? Okay, this is somehow dependent on this. Now, if you want to deal with this, if you want to join complex sentences together, that means a clause that can stand alone and a clause that cannot stand alone. Let me give you another example. Let me give you another example. I think this one is better. Now, I'm going to underline this. Now, can you tell me which part of these two is independent? I will never let you go unless you bless me. Which one is independent? Which one can stand on its own?
Yeah.
Which
I'll
one?
never let you.
I will never let you. Good. So this one is independent clause. Unless you bless me is depending on I will never let you go to make sense. If you tell someone, unless you bless me, the person is going to look at you like, okay, the person will be expecting more information from you. The person will be expecting you to say something else. But if you say, I will never let you go, that can stand on its own. Now, to join these two, you need a conjunction. Okay? You need a conjunction to join these two. Now, you can use, that conjunction is actually called subordinating conjunction. You use them to join an independent and a dependent clause. Now, you use words such as though, however, sometimes we call some of these words connectives. You use though, meanwhile, however, many of them. For example, Mike is popular, even though he is ugly. Now, this Mike is popular is a sentence. He is ugly is another sentence. You used these to join this together to make it a complex sentence. Remember, here you do not use front voice. Any sentence that you use conjunctions without front voice is a complex sentence. I will take the ring tomorrow, though I do not know the way. This is a line from Lord of the Rings. So in complex sentences, you use subordinating conjunctions even though, meanwhile, to join them together. Okay, so that's just a rundown of sentences and their types.